13 News Now begins with breaking news. A search is underway for a missing boater in James City County.
This is happening right now along the York River. 13 News Now reporter Robert Boyd just got to the scene, joins us live with the very latest. Robert.
Well, David and Regina, right now there are multiple search and rescue boats in the river behind me right here looking for that boater in the York River. Here's what happened. It was around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Two boaters were right here at the Croker Landing launch ramp, took their boat into the river, and we're going to walk and show you. This is the boat right here. They took this boat into the river. They were out there, and then at some point, we don't know why, but the boat capsized. It turned over, and the two boaters were out in the water. One of them began yelling and screaming. A fellow boater came over and rescued him. Unfortunately, the other boater went under the water. He never resurfaced, and right now they've been out there all afternoon looking for that second boater. We're going to bring in Chris Miller right now with the Virginia Marine Police First Sergeant. Tell us about how extensive this search is. How many boats, how many helicopters?
Right now we have multiple boats. We have about 2 helicopters. We have 1 ship out here from the Coast Guard. Several different agencies that are here to assist. Right now with the lead investigation on this. We're still as a search and rescue as right now.
So there's still hope that he could be alive?
We're hoping for that. We always do.
Okay, and right now still under investigation what caused this boat to turn over, and the man, the other boater who was taken to the hospital, is expected to survive. We'll continue to stay out here throughout the evening and bring you any updates on our website, 13newsnow.com. Live in James City County, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.